Let's be serious. Nothing is more annoying than making this common mistake, right? If you have ever done it, you know the struggle. But here is the good news. A smooth and straight stroke changes absolutely everything. So I'm gonna reveal 5 useful tricks. Tricks that really improved the quality of my pull stroke and made me stop doing this one big mistake. Just like that. Forever. In some cases, you can hit the cue ball at its center, but this is not enough because of this. Shoot with correct timing. We need to remember that during the shot, our cue accelerates from 0 speed right after the backstroke to reach its high speed right before contact with the cue ball. After this contact, it decelerates and finally stops. To achieve perfect timing of the shot, we need to connect the length of the backswing and follow through to the type of shot we execute. If you need to make a full table draw shot, then it is highly necessary to make a deeper backswing and longer follow through to produce more power and transfer more spin to the cue ball. But on the other hand, if we use low speed, then we should significantly shorten these motions. But the most important thing is to avoid making a pause right after the backswing. The transition between the backward and forward motion of the cue stick needs to be very smooth, and we shouldn't stop this motion. If you make a pause or stop the motion of your cue stick right after hitting the cue ball, then the quality of your stroke suffers, and you may not be able to apply the intended spin, or might even make a horrible miscue. The next mistake is something I see among many beginners, and this significantly hurts the quality of their stroke. Just look at what all these pros are doing here. Keep your cue level. And well, I don't know why, but many players desperately try to elevate the cue more, especially when they aim a draw shot. This is absolutely unnecessary and can only ruin your stroke. Yet some players still naively claim that in order to hit the cue ball very low, they have to elevate the cue more to access the lower part of the cue ball. If you accidentally put an amount of side spin on the cue ball with elevated cue, then there is a huge chance that the cue ball will deviate from its natural line, so you'll just miss the object ball. A level cue provides a consistent point of contact with the cue ball, leading to a straighter stroke. And of course, we don't want our cue to be completely parallel with the table surface, so only a slight elevation is absolutely essential to avoid stroke errors. Alright, but now we need to talk about something really cool and actually very controversial at the same time. And here is the thing. Drop your elbow. As I said before, this has both positive and negative aspects, but if you follow these steps, then the elbow drop will help you develop your stroke with high quality. When we execute a shot, especially with more speed, then after making the follow-through, our elbow drops very low and goes slightly forward along the shooting line. Many pros drop their elbows very low naturally, because this allows them to push the cue stick forward and produce a smooth stroke. But now, let's look at Shane Van Boening. He's a perfect example that the elbow drop is not necessary at all, and actually this is true. But using an elbow drop, you can control the speed of the shot much better, and above all, you will be able to apply deeper spin with less effort. Personally, I drop my elbow practically during every shot because it highly helps me deliver a straight stroke with a lot of confidence, but I am not here to force you to always drop your elbow because the final decision is up to you. However, sometimes it may look very weird when you drop your elbow very low, especially if we talk about low-speed shots. So please be sure to adjust this movement to the type of shot you execute, and I promise you, you will be able to shoot with much more quality. When you are making pre-strokes and executing a shot, don't squeeze your cue stick like you want to crush it. You need to loosen your grip. We should definitely avoid holding the cue too tightly, as this will cause the muscles in our hand to become very tense, especially during stressful situations. Additionally, if you squeeze your cue stick too hard, then you won't be able to develop a smooth follow-through, which can once again result in unintended spin or a miscue. Remember that your grip should be very relaxed, and ideally you should hold your cue stick only with your thumb and the next two fingers. The remaining fingers only serve to gently support your cue and do not play such a big role in your stroke. But if we talk about fingers, there is one hidden trick you need to discover. Most players believe that at the moment of shot, the cue stick should be squeezed with all fingers to increase precision. And this is partially true, but during forward movement we should loosen and slightly open our index finger. This is an extremely helpful trick that helped me start shooting straighter. Okay. And now we need to circle back to our biggest mistake that can ruin your stroke. Wrong elevation and a tight grip may generate a miscue, but have you ever wondered why so many players do something like this? Yeah, simply lovely, right? Honestly, not really. This is a mistake that a lot of players make, and it all comes down to one very important conclusion, that you have to stop scooping the ball. Very often, wanting to shoot smoothly, we relax our grip too much, and at the moment of shot we squeeze our cue, especially during power shots like a draw shot. This might be really annoying because if you grip the cue like this, the back of the cue goes up, which also causes a very weird movement of your cue tip. When you already aim low on the cue ball, this movement causes the cue tip to go down, which results in hitting the glove right before hitting the cue ball. This movement results in a miscue and makes the ball jump, so you need to be absolutely sure that your grip is relaxed, but also controlled. If this happens by accident, it is not a problem, but if you use this technique intentionally to jump over another ball, then it is absolutely illegal. Imagine that you are holding a baby bird, and you must do everything possible not to hurt it. This will greatly allow you to deliver your stroke with much more quality, but most importantly, it will stop you from scooping the ball. And trust me, you will be surprised by how well you will be able to shoot if you implement all of these 5 things into your practice. It's all a process, small steps leading to the consistency of your stroke. The bad quality of your pull stroke might be the main reason why you miss shots. So in this video, I will show you 5 useful tips that will help you improve this aspect.